Pledge of allegiance. Member at large, would you like to lead us?
Oh, ready? Begin.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Director Nyman,
Here.
Director Gibson,
Here.
and Director Kelly.
Here.
I'm Director Garcia, here. Is there any need to adjust the agenda? I don't see any hands.
I think we have two things we could take off.
10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Will be tabled to the next planning meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, we got that.
I make a motion that we table number 10 and number 11 till the next planning meeting.
Do I have a
I'll second that.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed, 500.
So we didn't.
They didn't get the contracts, no.
What did
report-
we just give? I'm sorry, 10 and 11?
Yes.
Did you said aye?
Any public comments tonight, ma'am?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Short memory.
Board of Officers, I have nothing tonight. Vice President,
I have nothing.
Secretary,
I have nothing.
Treasurer,
No.
and JPIA Representative.
I do have a report.
Okay, the floor is yours.
I contacted JPIA, which was really difficult to get a call back. So Tiffany gave me a name and a direct line because I was supposed to find out about our increase on our liability insurance, and it wasn't an increase, it was a decrease. It went down $3,000 because our payroll went down. So I don't know how Linda thought it was an increase of 38%. But it went down because our payroll went down, and it's payroll based. We have a little bit about the cars, about the accidents, but that's not a big deal. And the good news is that the biggest accident, the $72,000, is dropping off next year, and so our premium should go down again.
Awesome.
That's good.
Thank you.
I was shocked. I'm happy to know it was a mistake. They would have sent us a letter saying we're increasing your rates by 38%. That's
Yeah, I just don't know how she.
Well, we need to bring that up to her
Because it looked,
attention.
it still looked expensive though, so I don't know.
I mean, last year we paid $25,000, and this year it was 21,
yeah, so that's great.
almost 22, but
Very good.
Good
Okay.
news.
Thank you for following up on that,
no.
Thank you.
Director Gibson. Any board member initiatives tonight?
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. Director Nyman, would you like to address the board?
No, I just
Just did.
I just
You
think,
just
I
did.
just did. I'm sorry
Thank
for talking
you.
out of turn.
Okay. Managers report.
All right. Since it's the last month for the new year, I just wanted to point out that the crew accomplished 2,091 work orders during the year, which is a pretty big deal right there. I like that a lot. Shut-off notices we only posted 22. Service reconnects, we had 5. I want to point out that due to the new lock-off policies and everything, I wanted to commend Tiffany for, she's done a ton of work already trying to get that. It's due by April 1st, right? So we're really working hard trying to get all the steps in line for the new lock-off policy. One thing I want to point out is that we're going to lose a decent amount of money because of the new law. So,
Would like to.
you can't do a $100 reconnect fee anymore. It's right.
Mm-hmm.
$50, I think.
50 max.
Posting, you can't charge $50 for posting, right?
Oh, the 25 you mean?
Oh yeah, the 25 for posting. Do we lower that too?
We call first, and if you get a hold of them, I don't know. We have to go over some of that.
Well, we're gonna let you guys know. It's gonna come out, but it's gonna end up being, at least some money off that we used to get for meter replacements and stuff. But Main thing is I want everybody to know Tiffany's been working hard on that.
Thank you, Tiffany.
She's like leading the field for our associations too. I think she's farther along than most of the special districts, so.
Excellent.
In the future, before April, we will have that for you. And then the other thing is, we have a water service application.
Saw that.
It's on Nebraska Trail. According to our maps, we have a 6-inch pipe in there. There's not too many houses. We will be able to provide water, so I would recommend you guys approve the will serve.
It's on Nebraska?
That's on Nebraska, 3501 Nebraska Trail.
I'll entertain a motion to provide water.
Am I looking at the wrong one?
I make a motion that we approve the application for water service installation at 3501 Nebraska Trail.
Go
I'll
ahead.
second that.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carried, 500.
I had
Director Nyman,
I had a
yes.
question. Are we not changing any new meters at all? I mean, I know we're in the process of, I mean, we've only done 10 this year, so I'm concerned.
Well, I think we actually did a few more than that, but they didn't wind up on the manager's report. But being down an employee for a while and having an employee that was already on his way out in his mind, we didn't get ones done. It is
Right.
also because we're doing the project for the
Smart meter.
extension.
Yeah.
And there's just been things that are more important than that. When we do investigation for water bills and stuff, those
Yeah.
are mainly the ones that are getting replaced. If there's something that seems
That sounds good.
out of whack, then we
Okay.
replace
All right,
it.
I was just curious. Okay. And also, it shows a lag differential of 33%. That's pretty high. Is that water loss?
No, yeah, but actually, glad you brought that up. The other people that have been here longer than you, but it used to be you could never get any type of figure at all. Finally, talking to D. Jasper, after Greg died, we finally looked into it. What it is you can never get a realistic water loss because it depends on the time of the month and the time of the day that you read the meters. Because you produce water. Are you paying attention still?
Yeah.
When you produce water at the wells, you get that reading, and then when we sell water at the houses, there's another reading, and you don't know if the tanks are full or the tanks are half empty, or the tanks are, you don't know where that's at. And when you have 2 million gallon storage, it could really make a big difference between water produced and water sold, because it may not have been that much lost, but it's just sitting in the tanks. So some months it's a negative, some months it's lower than that, some months it's a little bit higher. That percentage, we did have the big leak, so on
Okay.
East End, so it does increase it some, but
Right.
it's not uncommon for it to be in the 30s, the water loss. And they said the only way we could ever realistically figure that different is if we invested all the money to put meters on the exits of all the water tanks, which would be hugely expensive. Then you'd be measuring actual water leaving the tank, and then what we sold, and then you could get an accurate
Then you can get an accurate count.
indicator. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Thank you, Johnny.
Welcome.
Administrative assistance report, please.
So I wanted to follow up, President Garcia reminded me. So that $125 late fee that we had incurred on the annual CalPERS state social security annual fee we have to pay. So I finally got a response from them saying that they are willing to waive the $125 fee, but now she has to figure out how that's gonna work. So now I'm waiting. She doesn't know if it's gonna be a refund, she doesn't know if it's gonna be a credit, she has no idea how that's gonna come to be, but she did say that they're gonna waive it, so that's a start.
So
That's-
we paid it though, right?
We paid it.
So we will get money back one way or another.
That's what we're waiting to find out.
So we
because
just
now
have to keep it on our calendar then.
Yeah, so now we have to wait she had to go to her higher ups and figure out how it's gonna work.
Director Kelly, did you have something?
Yeah, that's the one that you've been working on, and you haven't been able to really contact the person, right?
Yeah, it took a couple of emails
Yeah.
and just finally got back, yeah. And then the second one is I was just gonna follow up to what Johnny was saying on working the policy for the new law on the lockoff policy. Just to let you know, in the next couple regular meetings, we're looking at least 8 different documents and policies that we have that are gonna be changed. So you'll see a lot of that start to come through on the regular meetings. We're gonna be doing some votes and approvals. So I've got to change at least 8 documents plus draft a procedure. So I'll be busy but look for those on the regular meetings. They're gonna hit really quick.
Okay.
Because they have to be in place by April, so it gives us February and March meetings.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Number 7, ad hoc committee reports. Any reports of ad hoc committees that have met since our last meeting?
No.
Okay,
No.
thank you. I'm about to meet with manager Johnny next week to kind of get some framework and get us started on the ad hoc committee that Director Gibson and I will be taking care of regarding the negotiation of the cell phone bills
Okay,
and that. So I should have something next regular meeting.
okay, great.
Okay. Number 8, board training. Take control of your meetings using Robert's rules. Do we have a film clip tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get out of the way here.
And so it's gonna be a big project to just put dirt on it, to salvage our cans, but
Well, you know, we have to be proactive in keeping what system infrastructure we have and still viable
Yeah.
and protecting it. And so that's not an option, that's, you know, our
Yeah, people
responsibility.
start hitting them, you know,
Excuse me?
then they're gonna be angry.
Yes, I'm talking. And so therefore, I think that is a given responsibility of the water company.
Yeah.
Director Kelly,
Okay, if we pave 30 feet or 40 feet, who's not gonna come and say, well, why didn't you do 100 feet? Well, why didn't you do?
well, everybody says all that they want to. Like the other day, somebody called Logan up on his time off and gave him a ration for not fixing him at all. So you can't worry about what people may think or say or any of the rest of that. We're not obligated in any way, shape, or form to do anything on the dirt roads. Nothing. We do it because we try to help people out
and help ourselves at the same time.
and help ourselves to
I
protect
get
our
it.
infrastructure.
Absolutely.
But other trails that our infrastructure ain't involved at all, I'm constantly out there trying to help fix things. And half the people, well, 2/3 of the people appreciate it, and some people complain. So I've just learned to not worry too much.
Director Schoenberg,
I think it is important though for us to have some sort of policy in writing of how we actually deal with that stuff, because I hear that a lot, you know, as far as what roads we deal with and what roads we don't, and you know, I think at least in roads that, I mean, almost every road has our valve cans in it, so I think we could come up with some sort of policy that talks about protecting our valve cans and our liability and stuff, which
I think if you do that, you're going to be actually opening us up for even more responsibility than what we are, because the gas company always has exposed valve cans. There's always things. If something becomes an issue, we fix it, and when people report things, we go check it out. But I think it's very important to dictate that we literally have zero responsibility for fixing them roads. We're only doing it to protect our stuff, and not because we have any type of responsibility. Because as soon as we claim responsibility
Right.
for anything, then they're gonna pop a tire, it's our fault, we gotta pay for it. They blow their alignment out, we have to pay for it. Because now we've accepted responsibility for that section of road.
Director Kelly.
So,
Well,
sorry.
that's what concerns me about paving. Is that going to increase our liability on something further up the road?
No.
Director Gibson.
So that should be part of the conversation with the attorney,
Yeah.
you know,
I'll definitely bring up the asphalt and all that stuff.
I'll mention the obvious.
Director Schoenberg.
And I disagree that because we have a policy in place that says that we're taking responsibility for the roads, I think it would spell out the fact that we aren't taking responsibility for the roads, but when we are willing to do something. And I think spelled out, I mean, I see both sides of the argument, but I think if we can put it clearly, we'd obviously have to probably work with the attorney on it, but I think if
That's
it
what I was
was
gonna add, that
clearly
when you
in,
discuss with call the attorney, that you throw that.
yeah, I think
facet
if it's
in there.
clearly in writing, in a way that doesn't give us more liability, that's better than us just, okay, we're gonna pave this street, but we're not gonna pave that street, but we're gonna do this, but we're not gonna do that. I think that
You want
sets
something
us,
formal rather than something
yeah, I think
informal.
that sets us up.
We can try it, but I know another
More
thing,
issues.
if we have it in policy that we fix around our valve cans, I might as well hire 3 more guys.
I'm not.
Because there's so many areas, I mean, I'm not arguing the point, if we could put it down to where we could specify like that, because we get calls all the time where people say, oh, this is sticking up, and I want somebody out, I check it out, and there's nothing wrong with it. It may be just the lid is sticking up 2 inches, and they're all hot and mad, or there's an old pipe that's empty that's exposed, but it's smooth and it ain't gonna hurt nothing. And they demand that it's fixed, and the only reason they do it is because they want their whole road fixed.
Right.
So they want to use that as the excuse. I see that exposed pipe, it's your job to fix it, get out here and fix it. And we don't have the time to do all that because every road in town is shot. So we need to
Okay.
spell it out that it's not even though we do it, it's not our responsibility to do it.
Well, let's carry this over to the next regular meeting. Hopefully you'll have some information.
I will.
for us by then. Director Nyman.
Just one thing, if we are doing the 2 culverts, we're gonna have to get permission from that owner to put it up near wherever that culvert is, where you're gonna bring it across the road?
No,
Like
there's
you
no
said-
owner. It's only a catch basin that's gonna go buried in the road and then have a smooth grade on the top, right in front of our water tank.
Right,
Yeah,
and
so
then you
we're
were
the
talking
owner.
about possibly doing one 500 feet
If we
up?
did that, it would still be right in the center of the road, wherever the rut is,
Oh, okay,
and then that's gonna run down to the first one and then into
yeah.
Elm
The
Tank.
gully.
And the last thing I'd say is, I mean, if we do anything like that, I mean, I'm sure there's language that can be put by the lawyer that we have no liability, that like, if we put in, like, we fix Elm Trail and we fix Walnut Trail because we would do language about it's only for our tanks and for our infrastructure that we're taking care of.
Johnny, you wanna respond?
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is that if we do this and we're spending the money with the attorney and we're putting it in policy, and then we're already in that position right now. If anybody calls the county or they call anybody, they're gonna say, it ain't their responsibility. Cause people have done it many times. Code compliance, counties call me, hey, what's up? County supervisor called me one time, hey, what's going on? I don't know, you tell me, you have as much right to the roads as me. Oh yeah, you're right. So we already have no responsibility for maintaining the roads.
You don't wanna create one.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Director Schoenberg.
So, yeah, I mean, the only thing is that, okay, like when I bought my home, you buy out to the center of the road. That road is a private road. I had to get in legal, like a letter saying that I would take care of the part right in front of my house on that side of the, street basically, my driveway basically, and part of the street, because it's owned by you. So if we have a culvert even in the middle of the road, theoretically, if there's a home right in front of that, that's still not their property, but they're responsible for it. So it gets, and that's where I wanna make sure that we're not running into some sort
So
of
we need easements? No.
issue. We don't have clear I mean, we do have easements, but I still, to this day, as long as I've been on the board, have not actually seen them in writing.
I know some people have seen stuff like that on their deeds, but when I checked with the county and I talked to D. Jasper, but mainly talked to the county, the guy showed me all the plot maps of the whole town when it was set up. People could say they own out to the middle of the road, but you have no right, no responsibility, no nothing to do anything with it. When this town was laid out, every road was defined by how wide it was gonna be from the center line, and nothing could be done with that other than use it for traffic, as far as they're the easements for the whole town. Almost every trail is supposed to be at least 30 feet wide from center. East end's 30 feet wide. Park Drive's 40 feet from the center, the whole way. All this little tiny, barely 2 cars, that's 40 feet according to the county plot maps. So homeowners that think that they have a responsibility or a right to anything within that, they don't.
That's,
Okay.
Just because that's what the county said anyway, so.
Director Schoenberg.
well, I think what the deed says is important too, because the bank would not even write me a loan until I had that in writing.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm just saying, the county can say all they want, but the county doesn't take any responsibility for those roads whatsoever. So it's definitely not county, it's.
Well, I'll clarify
but
with the
it's-
attorney
it's-
about the culverts as well,
It's
so.
like an odd,
Thank you.
it's an odd thing in this town,
It's a big mess, isn't it?
yeah.
This all came up when the lady's wall fell down, remember?
Yeah.
I had to spend 2 months investigating that, and they said that she had no legal right to nothing out there because it was in the easement.
Okay, number 13, discussion vote on purchasing a refrigerator for the office.
Okay, we talked about this a long time ago, but it came up again. The refrigerator in there is dying, and it's way smaller than we need. It used to be only a sampling refrigerator for ice packs and samples that we couldn't get down to the lab that day. But now everybody's on a budget, and all the employees are trying to keep food in there for lunches and stuff like that. So we need to buy a refrigerator that's a regular refrigerator. We talked about moving that file cabinet down to that corner and putting that somewhere else, and then putting the refrigerator right there, so the employees have a place to keep their food, but we also have a place to keep our ice packs. So I looked up Best Buy. There's one for roughly $500, and The cheap one in Walmart, well, they go up from there, $612. So I'm asking that we get that $500 one that's got an 18 cubic inch top freezer on it.
I'll entertain a motion to purchase a refrigerator for the office.
I mean, that fridge is about 10 years old, at least,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty old,
The
yeah.
little one.
And it's tiny, yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the main thing.
And I remember when, yeah.
I make a motion that we, go ahead and purchase the $500 refrigerator for the office.
With tax.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any nays? Motion carried, 500.
Perfect.
There's that
At
one.
this point, I'd like to revert to item number 9, financial business, accounts payable, and financial information. Good evening, Linda.
Good evening.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. All right. It is cold out there.
Maybe it's cold outside.
All righty, on the balances.
Yeah.
The total balance of all cash and cash equivalents, $1,699,750.77. The operating account as of December 31 was 188,488.24. The total of the invoices for tonight was $40,152.73. After those checks were cut, the balance is $152,532.72. So I am recommending that we go ahead and do another $50,000 to the emergency fund, because we do have the money to do that if you want to do that. Also,
Are these all these numbers on the front page that you're saying? Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
except for the total of the checks that's
Oh,
on
okay,
this
that's what I was,
report.
okay.
Yeah, she's just updating after you deduct the checks out, that's what we're gonna have left.
So there's been some deposits and checks since December 31, so that balance I gave you was as of the deposits and the checks cut through today,
Perfect.
okay?
That's real time, isn't it?
So, and the auditors, they asked for some minor information, which they were given that the last couple of days, so it looks like that's close to being done.
Good. Any questions for Linda?
Can I add to the financial thing? We got the reimbursement today from the $7,100 reimbursement from the state already for, I think it was mostly director's fees and stuff.
Oh,
For
okay.
that claim.
For the
So you
planning.
guys will talk about that at the next meeting, just so you know, there's
There's some activity.
$7,100. Yeah, so that was good.
Good, thank you. That conclude your report, Linda?
That's, yeah, there's nothing new.
Is there any questions from the
expenses were
directors
pretty much
regarding the checks or
normal.
anything you reviewed?
I do have, just to put it on, I guess, on the record, or so we're clear. Cause me and Johnny discussed this earlier, you had those lockers, that
Yeah.
was, what, the first lockers was, so there's two there, there's one from Home Depot, and then there's one from,
The one from Home Depot is refunded.
And it's refunded on the same statement.
That was refunded.
Oh,
It came,
okay.
it wasn't right, so they did a refund.
okay,
Then I ordered the lockers from Place Online, and that was,
and that hasn't been refunded.
that's not gonna be refunded now, because now it came today and it was all complete, so it was put together and it's inside the bathroom now.
Oh, okay, that's all I was,
Yeah.
okay.
Employee lockers for,
So we got employee lockers, so originally they came with only 2 and in the thing it showed like 4, so.
Okay.
Okay, just
I'll
wanted,
entertain a motion to pay our
Well,
bills.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay, sure, please. Director Schoenberg?
Okay,
You have the floor.
thank you. I had a question, it's for Johnny. The go to my PC, is that, we did that in lieu of bill of PC
Oh,
Pals? Is that-
no, go to my PC is the way we log in to the SCADA system. We've always had that. It's when you get on your phone and you gotta see what the alarm is, or you need to control the boosters or pumps from your phone, or my desk computer or any of that stuff. It's go to my PC.
It's
a
like a
remote
software
login.
program.
Cause I haven't seen this, like a big charge from that before, $420?
Probably the annual fee.
It's the annual fee.
Annual fee, yeah. So it's
Okay,
once
so
a
we
year.
pay an annual fee
Yeah.
to use it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we've had it the whole time I've been here.
Yeah, I just never saw that, like, big of a fee.
Yeah.
It's probably gone up.
And
Everything-
that took, I think last
everything
year was
goes up.
300 something.
Yeah.
I don't remember, I missed it last year. There was another one,
I just wanted to tell her something.
actually, I won't worry about that, I don't know where it is, I don't see it.
Director Gibson, did you have something to add?
Yeah, you know what, Linda, I called JPIA about that increase on our liability insurance, and it was actually a decrease of $3,000. We paid $3,000 less this year
Well,
than last year.
remember what it was, I wrote a note on there, what it was. Cause all of a sudden it was higher than last year, the net amount that we paid.
Yeah, the net amount that we were billed is $21,772, and what we paid last year was $25,339.
No, I took it right from the checking account.
Well, I talked to the lady the other day, and she said
Uh-huh.
it's payroll based, and our payroll dropped.
Yeah,
And
it
so it
is
dropped?
payroll based, but our payroll actually went up this year over
Well, she
last
said it
year.
went down from October 18 to
I don't-
October 19.
I don't know, I'm just going by my conversation with them.
Yeah.
And he said what happened, the other reason why it's up a little bit more, because I'm looking at what we actually paid and what we paid this time. And it had to do with the fact that we got some credits last year where they brought the invoice down last year.
Mhm.
And that this year, now it's making up for some of it, and that's why, according to my records and the checks that we actually cut, that it was a little bit more.
So we
'cause
paid
that's-
less than, the check you cut last year was less than
Yeah, I
21,000?
thought I wrote it down on my notes on there for you guys last month.
I think we,
Director Nyman, please address us.
if you could give her that information of what they say we pay and
Mhm.
have Linda research it, and then she can
Yeah.
report
Yeah,
back
sure.
to us on that.
No problem.
Just, I mean, it doesn't matter,
Yeah, we just,
what's
Either way,
right
we
or
wanna
wrong, we
straighten it
just
out.
wanna make sure that
Right.
everything is
I
clear.
just know that they said, well, last year we got these credits, and
You
that
pull back
this
and
year,
pull back
some
and
of
pull
that
back.
came back, and part of the issue had to do with the fact that we, had a claim, and so part of the reason why it went up is because the claim, we got some
Yeah.
of that we had to start paying back again, but then after this year, that claim goes away, so next year, the rate will go back down again.
It's gonna go down again because-
the claim doesn't come into play.
yeah, that
Would
big
you
claim
like to
has
give
come
her your
down.
notes so she
Yeah.
can follow up on that?
Yep, no
We'll
problem.
pass them around or whatever you like.
Well, they're not very good notes right
Okay,
now.
whatever.
They're Becky notes, they're not
Okay,
Linda notes.
back to our, agenda. Are we comfortable with, making a motion to pay our bills yet? Yes, Director Schoenberg.
I move that we approve payment on our bills.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that. I'll
That
second
will
our
be
payment our
Schoenberg
bills.
Kelly. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried 500. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Number 14, review and approve meeting minutes for December 12th, 2019. Has anyone had the opportunity to read and review the minutes? Good, several. Is anyone ready to make a motion?
I just wanted to clarify something the December 12th
Yes,
minutes. On
Please
page
tell us.
5, at the bottom of page 5, there is a motion, and it's a motion, and I had never seen them, maybe I've missed it, but I never saw it noted who voted no and who voted yes.
would you like to respond to that?
Thank you.
Yes,
Um,
Tiffany.
I always, if there's an abstention or there's a no, I always note it next to it. That's actually law, Brown Act
Okay.
law, minutes law, that you have to do it. I have done it a little bit differently. If, for example, there's a 3-2, I'll actually list who said yes and who said no, because it's, you know,
Okay.
a little bit more.
Because
but yeah.
I was trying, and you know, for the most part, we agree, and so
Mhm.
so I just had to ask.
No problem.
Thank you for keeping honest.
I'll entertain a motion.
I will make a motion that we approve the minutes. Let me find that wording. The minutes for December 12th, 2019, with the possibility for additional amendments for typos or other errors that we may have not caught or that may need to be corrected.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye. Motion carried, 500. Minutes, review and approve minutes for December 19th, 2019. Yes, Director Gibson.
I've read the minutes and I didn't find anything on them, the minutes for December 19th, 2019, so I move that we approve the minutes. Now I can't find the wording. Approve the minutes. Gosh. Now I
Take your
can't
time.
find
Don't
it.
worry. Don't worry. Go ahead, take your time.
Oh, merci. The minutes for December 19th, 2019, with the possibility for additional amendments for typos or other errors that we may not have caught or that may need to be corrected. Thank you. It takes a village.
And do I have a second?
I second that.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carried, 500. Number 15, discussion and vote on future agenda items. We've been, yes,
I
Tiffany.
believe February will be 700 forms again, so look for those.
next month, regular meeting, next month.
Yeah, it's
first meeting.
normally February, so next month's regular meeting.
Okay, so you have that on the agenda?
If I get the forms, it'll be on the agenda.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else have, agenda items that need to be carried over? Obviously, 10 and 11 that we hadn't,
Tiffany,
um,
they didn't mail me.
Get anything for 'em?
They just sent me a letter and I got.
Linda, would you like to address us?
I was just talking about the 700 form. They
Yes,
didn't
ma'am.
mail them to us this year, they just sent us a letter, and I got the form online.
So you'll be providing,
No, I did it for the other.
oh, okay. So you should get the same email, is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, I'll look for the forms online.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Seemed like you just did them.
Any other,
Oh,
Because
yeah.
about
You're one by fast.
any other items of business that we need to be addressed?
Just to make one comment,
Director Nyman, please.
we are signing, they take 3 signatures, we are signing the RLS Electric, there are two checks, one for they're each for $4,060 for the generators. Johnny's gonna keep them in his safe, and when the generator gets here, he's gonna give him 1 check, and when he finishes the work, he'll give him the other check.
Perfect. Are you saying that there'll be 2 signatures
There's
and
two.
only
There's-
needed 1 at the time of disbursement? Or are you gonna sign off?
No, we're
All
gonna
3 of
sign
them.
all 3 signatures.
And he's gonna
in
put
the
them in
And
the
you'll
folder.
safe.
hold them, okay?
They'll hold them in the safe.
Perfect. Understand that? You understand that, Johnny?
That's a 3 signature.
When is that work to be done, John?
It depends on how long it takes for the generator to get here. It's probably a week or two until the generator gets and then start working, and then
This is the other
crew
three
has to do
signatures.
some work as well, so as fast as I get that done. We have to build a pad, a concrete pad for it to
Yeah,
sit
in this
in.
weather.
Yeah, so, yeah, with the weather bad and all that. Soon, hopefully.
Pouring concrete in the snow is not preferable.
No, it's not perfect.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I will second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Can you sign that for me?
Good work, guys, good work.